Welcome back to the From Harvey with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvey World Drizzy. And today we got a reaction video we're going to do. We're going to do a reaction to a new channel that I just found. It's not a new channel. It's new to me. The creator's name is Courtney Ryan, I believe. Never heard of her before, but in my quest to find content or find things from you, I happened onto her page. And she does interview content as well, my favorite. And what she's doing, she's sitting down and she's asking women some particular questions. And this is a good thing because these women it's a mixed bag of birds here. It's all different flavors, to be honest, except I don't believe I remember seeing any African Americans on here anyway, but still Western birds, and we can learn a thing or two from the Western bird. And so she's gonna ask them some of the typical dating questions, and we're gonna see how they respond. And so without further ado, we're gonna get just straight into it.
What about his salary?
Yeah, it definitely matters because money security, financial security is important to me. But as long as we have enough money to, I don't know, go on dates and do concerts, fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
No, doesn't really matter. If he has goals, if the salary's not amazing right now, but he has goals for himself and, he's working towards something, that's important to me. But everyone's in different places at different times. So I feel like immediate salary, just as long as we could still have fun.
Bless her heart.
If his bills are paid and he treats me right, I don't think money should be an object because it doesn't last forever.
No, salary not too much. As long as you're making a decent income for yourself and you can live within those means.
I'd say same answer as his job title. It doesn't really matter what you're making right now, but if you're ambitious and you have high expectations for yourself and high goals for yourself, then that's very attractive.
How high?
It is important because, for me as a female, I plan to be making a certain amount at a certain age. And
I don't know if this is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be because I can already barely take it. And I can see they haven't said anything bad yet. What? Fun. First 2 or 3 girls, first thing out of their mouth is have enough money to have fun. Their life is predicated on that type of shit. They think that it's gonna be Birkin bags and first class trips, and they've done nothing to deserve that. They're not the type of woman, in any shape, form, or fashion. Not from looks, not from accolade, nowhere. Then this one right here, she's used my favorite line. I plan to be making a certain amount of money, so I need a man that's making that money now. Ma'am, shut up. As long as you have enough money to be fun. And then even the one that says, as long as he has enough money to take care of himself, because money doesn't last forever. Ma'am, you won't fucking last forever. We know that. You didn't say anything. The issue is it absolutely matters. And you and trying to pretend I'm one of those girls that it doesn't matter, then you're an idiot. It matters to all women. You need resources in order to protect them. In order to rear children, you're going to need resources, i.e. money. You're going to need money. So right now, they started off hot, telling lies, and when they're not lying, they're saying stupid shit. Because the ones that are talking about fun, they are not lying. They're dead ass serious. Fun is that high on the list for them fellas.
the man that I expect to be with, I want him to be a hustler and a go-getter too. And, you know, the harder you work, the more you work, the higher you're going to move up, the more your salary is going to raise. So also, if you plan to be with somebody and you plan to have a family, you have to support your children and each other. So I do think salary matters, because it's, you know, kind of going to show you what the future is going to look like and what kind of struggles or what kind of things you can do.
I wouldn't say it doesn't matter. I think, if we're thinking about a long-term thing, we're partners. So thinking about things in that way, I had to consider what my salary is and what kind of life we want to live. If he's making less money than me and I'm the breadwinner, I personally would be uncomfortable just from what I'm making at this moment. If we're like at a point where I feel like I'm comfortable on my own, we'd be fine together, I really don't care. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a number that stands out to you as like a decent salary? Like something that you would be like, okay, he needs to make this much money.
I don't think there's a number in mind.
Let's hear it. Say one.
Especially for right now, but I would say if he's not ever making more than, let's say, $100,000, then
it is.
I would be a little bit worried about our future.
There it is.
I'm going to say like in the 70s.
Look, the first one, she stayed on code to the 6-figure bullshit. And then little, whatever this is, persuasion here, she says 70. And you would think, 70's not that bad. Yeah, just 30,000 more than the average man. That's it. Just $30,000 annually more than the average man. That's it. That's what it takes to be with this one right here.
I don't know. There's like the gender wage gap, so I don't even know.
The gender wage gap, so I don't even know. What did that even... That didn't even make sense. What she said didn't even make sense. They just love to say gender wage gap. It's like, I think it just make the feminists moist. They just like, they got to say that shit. Like for what? What did that have to do with anything? Because you don't understand money. You're a full-grown adult and you don't know what you're looking for. It's why y'all say 6 figures so much, to be honest. Y'all run around here saying 6 figures so much because you don't know that $50,000 can raise a family. Like I saw one with some big, huge bird talking about how if she couldn't be with a man making $50K because he needs to have a house and a car, and these are things she needs. She want to be a homeowner. Little did she know, like not in a lot of places, not in California, but in most places with $50,000 a year, you absolutely can be a homeowner. Absolutely, you absolutely can have a car. People do it. More than just a little. This is the average. The average man don't make 50. Well, I think the average man overall, all races, is around 52. So you absolutely can have these things. But you need 70 for this.
I would say enough to live a life of leisure in a sense. Like
I pray they ask her the number. I pray they ask her the number. A life of leisure. A life of...
Not have to worry about your rent, your utilities, stuff like that, but also
That's reasonable.
Obviously a more desirable man would be able to take care of our kids, of myself, of our older parents. So I would say somewhere between $400K to wherever. Like there's no bar.
There's no bar. She's okay looking. She's cute. She's not a bad looking girl at all. But she said 400K so frivolously. And fellas, she's the first one to give the real 6-figure number to me. I try to tell you, I tried to warn y'all that us boys, the 100 to 150 boys, she not talking to us. She's not talking to us when they say 6 figures. Please understand, they not talking to us. We broke too. 1 to 150. I'm gonna say they really not talking to you till you at 200, and you got to be a 200 single. Because if you understand what they asking for, they asking for travel and fun. Fun is expensive. Fun is especially expensive because you don't make no money when you having fun. And so in order to go and have fun with these women, it's an opportunity cost. If you a CEO, you gotta leave. You gotta lead the command center. You gotta lead the helm for days to go on these trips. This is a fact. You gonna have this is opportunity cost. So on top of you needing to make 400K, you're gonna have to keep her happy. Because if you don't keep her happy, God forbid you start sending on those trips alone. A pool boy at a 5-star.
At 23, if I were to be dating a man right now, 80K is pretty good. 80 to 100K.
80 to 100.
Is what I'd be looking for.
She said 23. Did you hear what so this is the disconnect, ladies. She's 23. She said dating at 23. 80 to 100. Hey, just for shits and giggles, how many 23-year-olds you think make 80 to 100K a year of any color, any race? Now you might find pockets where it's normal, maybe in Silicon Valley. You got a bunch of tech nerds up there, and them boys are absolutely making between that much, probably at 23 around that age. That's a fact. That's possible. But in mass, in nauseam, generally 23-year-old men don't make that type of money, ma'am. And so, what? You setting yourself up to lose. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't get it. I'm not saying that you don't deserve it. I don't know you. You look to be in good shape, you know. Cute girl, you know. I don't know. But what I do know is that your chances of finding this man, it's just not enough of them.
Yeah, somewhere around 80 to 100K.
80 to 100.
In your mid-20s.
In your
I think 6 figures is definitely decent for, it's a little, you got to work hard for it nowadays, but for an income, you know, to create a family and things of that nature, like at least 100,000 is acceptable.
Bare minimum.
I mean, we'll take less, but it just depends on your job and your career and what you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of girls have said that, and I actually just recently read the statistic where only 2% of men between the ages of 20 and 40 make 6 figures and are over 6 feet, which is like 2 of the things that women typically say they want.
Right.
But it's crazy to think about the fact that there's only 2% of men
that are out
making
there.
that much. Yeah.
I'll take a short guy that makes $1 million all day long.
That's a fair compromise, right?
Is it?
Yeah, that's sad because I plan to be making.
You see? Ladies, this is the issue. You want a guy your age. If you want a guy, young ladies, I'm not talking to the old birds. Y'all can plug y'all ears for right now. This ain't for y'all. But the young girls, like her age, we're talking 23, 24, 25-year-olds, right? Sometimes at that age, you're already ready to settle down. If you already settled down and you're looking to be serious with a man, and you have a number requirement, and that number requirement, it trumps all. Like she said, she'll take a short man that's a millionaire all day. I'm sure she would. So if money is what trumps all, understand that your best bet is to not spend any time with the boys of your age, because none of them are going to be making that. They just typically won't be making that. You're going to need an older man, and it's no need of you riding the young Chad carousel, the cock carousel on your way to that older man. You might as well just wait on him, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for an older guy. As fucked up as it sounds, as disgusting as it may seem to you, that's who makes that type of money. If you want a guy your age, what you're gonna need to do is actually build with him. You're gonna have to actually take some risk of your own. I mean, or not. You can keep in the pool with Pookie and Ray Ray, and the ones who trick you with the glitz and the glamour and the Hellcats and the chains and the Cuban links, you know. And then they live in a house with 6 other niggas. 14 Hellcats outside. You got motherfuckers in cots in the garage. But if that's what you want, you know, if that's what you want to continue to let impregnate you, you go right ahead. But I'm just telling you, it's either gonna be risk with a guy your age that cares about you and you care about. And you got to care about that man regardless of yourself. Like, he has to care about you regardless, because you got to do everything that you do. You can't do it wanting something in return. You got to do it out of the kindness of your heart. That's the risk. You just got to pick correctly. You're not going to always pick correctly on either side, and that's okay too. But if you don't be 23 looking for another 23-year-old making 80 to 100K, because it's just unrealistic. It's just unrealistic for most women. Now, maybe you live in a pocket. Maybe you live in California or in New York or somewhere where in pockets where these guys are more prevalent. There's a lot of them, right? That's possible. That's possible. I don't know though. I wouldn't bet on it.
100K or more, hopefully before 30. So
Hopefully.
It's just crazy.
that is crazy.
Yeah, and then when all girls want that, they're all going after the same men, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to get into a different industry. I got
His hobbies.
She said 100K. She got on a Walmart t-shirt, not this one here, but the one that just went off. Walmart t-shirt, ain't combed her hair. So the question now is, does his hobbies matter?
Yes. So for me, like, I'm not a gym rat. So someone that was a gym rat, I don't think that it would really work, just because that's not what I'm doing. But I love when our hobbies align, or interests, just like what we like to do. I think it really helps your relationship and the quality time you can spend. Like, my boyfriend and I love to just play cards together, go see shows, things like that. So you don't have to have all the same hobbies, but I think it's really fun too to introduce each other to new hobbies and just try to, do new things. But yeah.
Hobbies matter a lot to me. They must be aligned with something that we want to do together. It's kind of like counting it as our quality time together. I think that makes the relationship very, very strong, is shared hobbies. And even if I don't like some of the hobbies that he has, I would try to be a part of it as like a supportive partner.
And let me help y'all out, ladies. Let me help y'all out. If he has hobbies and they're not something that you like to do, that you would like to participate in, we don't want to hang with you that bad. Stay your ass at home. Like, the last thing a man want to do is be at the baseball game with you and you nagging him or asking him questions while he trying to watch the game. Well, he watching the football game, whatever it may be. The last thing he wants is you not even into it. You don't know what's going on. I'm sick of explaining to you who the players are and what position and what they supposed to be doing and who. It's exhausting. Stay the fuck away from that man. Let him have his time alone. Men don't need to be with you all the time, man. He needs some time. So if y'all hobbies don't line up, like the other one said, she want him to stop going to the gym to play cards. She had a goddamn mind. If you're a gym rat, we probably won't link up. That's not a hobby, man. What type of we're at a place for the women is telling the man not to work out. That's crazy. And then she's over here talking about something like, even if I didn't want to do it, I would try, just so we can hang out. Like, that's where fights and arguments come from. That's where misery lies. Ma'am, leave him alone. Ladies, he playing the video game. Now, if it's obsessive, and we know he playing 4-5 hours in a row, you might need to find you a new man. I don't know. That's an addiction. But what I'm saying, if that man come home and he gonna get him a couple games of 2K in, man, let that man have that. If you gonna be there, you can be there, but be there quietly. Because every time you do fucking right, every shot he misses is gonna be your goddamn fault. Anyway.
And vice versa. I would expect the same from him.
Definitely. Oh my God. Definitely matters. Because, me personally, what I look for a man, I like creative. So in his spare time, is he working? Is he reading? Is he doing photography? Is he doing things that is going to better himself? I think hobbies are very important because it's what we do besides work. So, your hobbies they don't define you, but they say a lot about who you are as a person. If you like to nap all day, or besides work, your hobbies are playing video games, it's just a no-go for me. So I think it is really important, because also when you're in a relationship, you start to share hobbies.
I would love to know what her hobbies are besides shopping and eating avocado toast. Like, it's so funny how women just want you to be. You hear the same rhetoric every time they open their mouth, and it's in contrast to what type of man they want. They want these sophisticated thugs, and the only thing that's complex about them is that they're difficult, and the chaos that come with them. They're not these sophisticated creatures. They can't even hold a conversation they goddamn self for the most part. And they are the ones that screaming on the mountaintop. So another issue that I have with these things is like, it's just like those freaky Facebook groups. It's a reason why on Facebook they have those little freaky groups. If you notice, everybody in them bitches ugly. It's the reason why they all ugly. If they wasn't ugly, they wouldn't have to be looking for sex on Facebook in a random group from strangers. Attractive people just don't have those issues. So like, I don't know where they found these scrapper young ladies, but they the price is too high on all of them from what I've seen. On all of them. The guy that's gonna love them knows them. He's already been around. The one that's for them, and I guarantee you, they look right over him, past him, and through him. He don't exist. He don't exist because they got this man that they made up in their mind, and they won't settle for anything less than him. And that's why they're gonna settle for cats. And they just fine with that. They'll tell you. They'll tell you straight up, early and often, that dying alone isn't a bad thing. Marriage isn't the key anymore. And all of these great, grand things. But then we see them on TikTok crying in their 40s to a bunch of 13-year-old boys who don't give a fuck. But hey.
So 100% matters for females, I think.
I don't really think it matters too much. I think it more matters if he can distinguish time.
It more matters if you wash your ass, ma'am. You look funky. You look funky. Comb your hair. You knew you was going to be on a podcast. You knew you was going to be on camera. They ain't ambush you with this goddamn camera. You got this sleepy-ass Walmart tee on with your hair all over your goddamn head, talking about a motherfucker got to make 6 figures to be with you.
Doing whatever and then time with you, or if he can blend them together, but...
Oh yeah, that matters, because I feel like that just shows what you're passionate about and like how you spend your free time.
As long as he has a hobby or two, that's more important than what the actual hobby is.
Definitely important, because that's how you get to know somebody. That's how you find interests, common ground. I think it definitely matters for a guy that has hobbies versus a guy that eats potato chips all day.
And are there hobbies that you would say are more attractive versus unattractive, or do you think it's more just having a hobby?
I definitely find certain hobbies more attractive, like anything athletic, snowboarding, skateboarding, playing basketball with your friends, or a softball league, whatever the case may be. I definitely think having hobbies that are more athletic for myself personally as a woman is a little bit more attractive. And also being creative, whether that's being in photography or whatever the case may be. If you have a hobby and it fills your passion and your drive to wake up every single day, I think that's attractive.
I think it's more about having a hobby, more of like having, like just knowing yourself and knowing what you enjoyed it.
Just understand that the chick before her, all of those hobbies, those guys will be in shape. She got a type. Those guys will be in some form of shape. Like, even if you're a baseball player and you got kind of the pot belly, you're going to have a pot belly, but you're going to have some nice muscular arms if you play. You know what I'm saying? That yeah. But if you sitting on that couch playing that video game now, that's unacceptable.
To do is important.
Yeah, I think there's more attractive hobbies than others, but I think that also matters, like person to person. Like, I think cooking's an attractive hobby, working out, reading, but those are all things I'm into. So maybe maybe like a woman likes
Working
collectible
out.
items, so when she finds a man that likes those same items, like that's really attractive to her.
I think when people are passionate about something, it's really attractive, whether it's, I don't know, being on a rowing team or sailing or drawing, being a photographer, just anything that you're super passionate about can be really
rowing.
cool. Obviously, we talked about the video games thing, so video games are definitely a hobby, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but the balance is really important, just like with anything.
That's fair.
Yeah. So even if the guy were to watch sports for 4 hours a night or play
Yeah.
video games 4 hours a night, it's about balance.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yes, always.
So I would not consider video gaming an attractive hobby, but like working on a car.
Ma'am,
That-
attractive ain't your line. Attractive ain't your line. Like, what the kids say, you not giving attractive your goddamn self. You giving dusty and musty and a little fucking crusty. That's what you giving. She did say work on cars. Maybe she look like a goddamn mechanic her damn self. She dressed
That's
like
very attractive. Or like building something around the house, like something with your hands. Very manly. I
wash
think
your
that's
ass
more
with your
attractive.
hands. How about that?
It's attractive in general if a guy has hobbies, if you're passionate about something, and if something excites you. I think it's just, to me, it's you being human and kind of emotional in a sense. If you're passionate about something, so that's just like speaks about your emotional intelligence indirectly to me somehow. So
Somehow.
Like I said, for me personally, I like a man who likes to read books or likes to go out of his way to find artistic things. For me personally, when I have nothing to do, I'll go to the art museums. I'll find museums around here. I'll go to the thrift stores. I'll go.
I hate when they start making up shit. It's like whenever they want to pretend they culture, they say weird shit like, I like to go to the art museum or the thrift store. Like, what the fuck? What? Shut up. Shut up.
Go to vintage like record shops, and those things, those hobbies, like they feed my brain. So I think things like that are attractive. Unattractive hobbies, playing video games all day is an unattractive hobby for me. Another unattractive hobby for a man. Oh, a lot of people aren't going to like this. A guy who golfs all the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with golfing, but when you're with the boys all day, every day, your Saturdays, I got to go golfing with the boys. It's annoying. It's exhausting. Find something else to do. There's so many other things to do besides golf.
23.
But other than that, yeah, I don't know. But I definitely do see how some could be attractive and some could be unattractive.
What about his education?
Yeah, I'm a little mixed on education. I think it's important. I think there's a difference between having an education and being educated. So I feel like it's more important to be educated, meaning they are kind of cognizant of what's going on. And even if they don't fully understand, like,
You need to
calculus
get
3,
educated.
like, they understand kind of what's going on in the world and how to properly sort out ways to spend your money, that kind of thing.
Courtney, next.
I think that is very important because it shows like drive and that you were willing to like stick something out and finish like school if you finished college.
I mean, I think it's all about how you carry yourself. You could meet individuals that have never had a day of professional education in their life, and they know more than the CEO of a company. So it's all about how you carry yourself. It doesn't matter too much.
Education matters, but not so much like formal education. Like, as long as you have like a life learner mentality, I think that matters more than, oh, you got a 4-year degree or you're in grad school.
Very important. Extremely important. And when you say education, I don't relate it to like where you went to school, because I don't know, you could go to Harvard, but if you're like not or if you're not with it, if you're not like that,
You're not like that.
I don't know, it doesn't say much. So I think a man that is very smart, book wise, intellectually, but then also emotionally with people. It's a huge deal because I like to consider myself a smart individual. So if you're not like matching that energy and we can't have deep talks about like the universe or whatever, dumb, I'm so sorry.
We can't have deep talks about the universe because her mind is just so complex. This fucking lady is a moron. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And this is the shit you got to put up with. And they talk about men being liars and shit like that. And hey, men be lying. I ain't gonna hold you. We be lying and shit. We be lying. That's a fact. But y'all ass, man, it's pathological. It's pathological. It's like a disease. You can't help yourself. It's to the point where I'm pretty sure a lot of you can be hooked up to a lie detector test and pass because you believe your own lies. Like you make them up on the fly and believe them shits. And it's just miraculous to witness.
I'm so sorry. I love to have intellectual conversations. So I think if you don't have anything to bring to the table or to the conversation, it's just like, next.
God forbid you ask her what she brings to the table. Oh man, you want to get their juices flowing? Ask that question. You want to get their juices flowing? Ask them what they bring to the table, so she can tell your ass she is the table and she gonna bring intellectual conversation.
I guess it just depends on where he's at in life. Like, not everyone has to go to college, obviously. I feel like, once again, as long as he's driven and working towards something, then it doesn't really matter. Everyone does different things, but I don't need a college education or anything like that.
I wouldn't say a degree matters to me as much as how educated you are in the sense of how much knowledge you have about your specific career or the specific skill that you have. So I would not say a degree, but I'm big on social and self-awareness and self-improvement. So if you're into that, then that's very attractive.
Okay, what about his style?
Style matters. And even though style can be taught, I want a man that's stylish, that can teach me, that can dress me better than I can dress myself.
I don't know about being able to dress her, but fellas, you need to be able to dress. That's absolutely imperative. I mean, nobody said you got to put on designer and none of that. You got to be first. Is what you put the clothes on. Work out. You work out. You got half of the battle is already beat just by being in any type of shape. So work out. That's step one. Step two is certain things you're gonna have to have just so you'll be ready for all occasions. Like maybe you're not a suit wearing guy, but you need to have at least 3 suits. You just need to have at least 3 full suits, nice suits, tailor-made for you. You need that just in case, because you never know what you got to go to a funeral, whether you got to go to a wedding, court, whatever it is. You want to have those 3 suits. You want to have three good solid suits that you don't look like a clown with at least a couple pair of dress shoes. But after that, the whole swag and the style, it's all about you. I mean, of course, you want to have functional clothing for different occasions and things like that, but you want to be able to look like something. You have to look like something, especially black men. We got to clean our image up. We got to clean our image up, and that's your dress absolutely goes with that. I'm not telling everybody to go get no fucking 3-piece suits and wear them religiously. I'm saying be functional. Be dressed appropriately and take some care. Get a haircut. Wash your ass. Like, these things are shit your daddy should have told you. These things are things your daddy should have told you, but they not. They're not hard. It's very simple, and it'll go a long way. Like, you guys don't understand how far your hygiene can take you, or how low it can sink you. One of the biggest the biggest obstacles in business, what hold people back the most, is bad breath. Believe it or not, up there towards the tippity top, you having a funky mouth will stop you from success even in business. So what the hell you think it's gonna do to you in the dating world? Fellas, hygiene and get you some type of style. Get you some type of style. It ain't gotta be no heavily expensive. Just clean.
Huge thing for me. I am in the fashion industry a lot, so having style and carrying yourself well is your first impression on people, whether that's, you know, your outfit for the day, your shoes, your watch, or even just a smile on your face. I think style goes a long way.
I mean, it makes a difference, but I don't think I've ever not gone out with someone because I thought they dressed poorly.
And bless your heart for that, because look at what the fuck you got on. So bless your heart. I am glad, I am relieved to know that you did not deselect anybody for what they wearing when you came out the house without even a freshly washed ass.
Had boyfriends that I did not like how they dressed.
I think that's very important, but then that's also an area where I'm like, oh, I can always help. And then I start like buying like shoes and like clothes.
Style to me is the way you carry yourself and your self-confidence. So if you have those two things, then definitely you're a very stylish person and a very attractive person to me.
Oh, come on, Courtney. Yes, style absolutely matters to me. As a female, and I know it does for other females too. You know, for instance, me and my girlfriends have gone out to dinner and have seen a guy in a fit, and we're like, oh my God, he's not even that cute, but his outfit, it matters. It also says what they think about themselves. You know, they woke up in the morning and they want to look good, and fashion is an expression of who you are as an individual. So if you pull up in a cool outfit, or, you know, that nobody else has, it says something, and you're going to stand out.
Yeah, style's huge for me, obviously. I love to...
She's 23. So we're going to, yeah. Talking about outfits, man, I don't know. I don't know. She's young, so yeah, she's probably into the sneaker shit. Yeah.
Tweak and buy things and be like, you should wear this. So yeah, I think style is such a good expression of yourself. So it definitely really attracts me to someone when they have a nice sense of style. And it's not really about designer or wearing a certain brand or anything like that. It's just like kind of showing you through what you wear.
Yeah.
Is there a certain style that you like the most on a guy? Like, what do you love when your boyfriend?
I actually like her definition of style. Showing yourself through what you wear. You know, I like that definition. And I like what the other chick did say about the confidence thing. Like, if you can wear it with whatever you wearing, because style, let's be for real, like, we see shit on the runway all the time we would never wear. We see some of the greatest, Kanye West might be one of the greatest fashion minds of our time, but half the time you see him dressed, you wouldn't wear none of that shit. But that's him expressing himself through the clothing. So when you understand that it's art, that he's walking art, it's different. It's different. And I understand her expression too. So like, your style comes from what you do, from who you are. That's why you can't copy style, because style should be like, it should go like how music goes, like a soundtrack go to a movie. You got the soundtrack. That's how your style should go with your life. So you can't really steal it, because it's supposed to be you. Now, you can be influenced by different, you know, people, places, things. But as far as copying style, you really can't do that. You really can't do that.
Friend wears it.
You can buy fashion. You can't buy style.
I love like funky shirts and like cool sneakers.
Obviously.
I'm obviously more into like the street style skater kind of thing, but
I didn't see that going.
Yeah, I usually pick stuff out for him, and I'm like, you should wear this, and he's like, all right. So
T-shirts
I like
and Vans.
suits. Anything
You
that's
like
like,
suits.
you know, dress up, but like for the occasion, not someone that just dresses up and then goes to like Barley House. I don't know. No, you're probably not gonna put that in because who knows what Barley House is? But
What the fuck is that?
I like the modern like business casual look. Like I like maybe like a slim straight like slacks or pants, whatever they're called for men, and then like when they pair them with like a trendy pair of sneakers, just like a clean, well kept modern style.
Button downs, little button downs are the best. Dark jeans with nice shoes, I think, are very sexy. Just being put together as a man, having a nice watch, and making sure your shirt's tucked in if it needs to be.
See how simple it is,
and just
fellas.
being presented.
And she's
course,
not
I love-
lying. She's not lying. Ain't simple watch. That simple watch better be a Rollie or some shit. But I'm gonna tell you this though. She's not lying. It don't take a whole lot. It just gotta look like you gave a damn. Run an iron across that shirt, fellas. Wash your ass. Spray a little foo-foo on, little cologne, you know, a little smell good. You know what I'm talking about? Like try. It's okay to try, fellas. It's okay to try. And then and you don't gotta drip yourself head to toe in designer neither. You don't need that. I'm telling you, if you in shape, you getting away with a white t-shirt on most occasions. I'm telling you. I promise you could. I promise you. Some good selvedge denim jeans, you know what I'm saying? You good to go. Most of the time. Throw on whatever you want, from the sneakers to some boots to whatever. So if you in shape, you can get away with more. Your clothes fit you a certain type of way, you can just get away with more. Go your ass to the gym, brother.
Streetwear. I've been into streetwear for like a couple of
Streetwear. I
years
knew it.
now. So I think
A couple years.
a man that gets creative with that will catch my eye. But I also love like
She said she been in streetwear the last couple of years. When streetwear has been its deadest. You come in the streetwear after fucking Virgil and shit is literally died. Like, ma'am, shut up. Shut up.
like a classy, like hipster. I love like if a guy has no, but like a nice look. Like if a guy has like I don't know, like a vintage like long pants on, or like a nice jacket. He's cleaned up well. I think I like that too. So I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You ever have your battery just go out all at one time? I can't take no more of this. I can't take no more of them, more specifically her. And none of the shit they talking about, but I will leave the link to the description so that you guys can watch the video in its entirety. She asked some better questions towards the end because I skipped around, so I saw. I think she even asked the length question. 3-6 Mafia boys and them, you know. So she get into it. She asked even more questions, so you guys could go and if y'all want to support our channel, go ahead. I'll leave, like I said, the link in the description below so you guys can finish the video. But we saw a whole bunch of what we usually see from, even when you watch the It's Complicated channel, even in some of the interviews that from We Need to Talk, women are pretty much saying the same thing. They want some Superman. They want some fucking Superman. But fellas, this is the trick though. Pookie and Ray Ray, Chad and Tyrone, they take this shit and they use it. They weaponize it. Good guys, y'all got to do the same thing. Yeah, I get it. You've been busting your ass to be the man that you are today, to be able to provide the way that you can provide, to be able to make the money that you can make. But guess what? You have to continue to get better. Continuing to get better also means you need to learn how to fucking dress because women care. You need to get your ass in shape because women care. Get your ass a haircut because women care. Learn how to start and hold a conversation because women care. So it sucks that you really are a good man. I believe you. You've been busting your ass and you've made all of these grand strides to be the dude that you are now, right? And you can't get no get right from females because you believe they might be scorned by Pookie, which might be a little truth to that. But it's also Pookie possess something you do not possess, fellas. Edge. Jordan Peterson's book, he describes women as chaos. They are chaotic. They are attracted to chaos. That's why Pookie is so appealing to them, because he has an edge. There's a bit of chaos there, whether it's from maybe Pookie will cheat, maybe Pookie beating their ass, but there's some chaos there. You don't have to have the type of toxic chaos that exists with Pookie or with Chad and Tyrone, but that same chaos could be just you being a man and saying no, not letting her have her way all the time, not bending every single fucking time that she asks you to, not folding, not walking on eggshells, owning who you are, owning the relationship, not getting frustrated with her not understanding, not knowing what she want to eat. We still doing that, fellas? We shouldn't. Be a man. Pick. I'm going to tell you, she wants to go wherever you want to take her. That's just a fact. If you are happy and you are an enjoyable person, she's going to enjoy her time in your presence. We got to understand that, yes, some of the shit that these women ask for, it's crazy. It's ludicrous. But at the same time, the price is the fucking price. It just is what it is. So the same way we tell them they going to buy a dog and die alone, they're going to be crazy cat ladies. What's the difference for men? We got longer. Our rope, our clock start later, and it runs longer. But at the end of the day, it's gonna come your time to sit down with your dog and die too. If you don't, and it don't matter how much money, it don't matter about all of the work you did to get to where you are now, to be the man that we all still got some work to do. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too much more. Like, comment, subscribe on your way out the door. See you guys next time.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Hand squad. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Headed to the top, I don't need no ride. I'm so fly, how fly is he? I can stop now, let the beat just ride. Niggas like, might as well join them. Nothing we can do to defeat those guys. Us in the world like Bonnie and Clyde. She was there when niggas wouldn't loan me a dime. She was there when I was feeling lonely inside. Niggas not real cause it's all in disguise. I can feel the hate cause it's all in your vibe. Diamond in the rough, yeah, start on the rise. Big confidence, that's all on my stride. Money, 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 that's all on my mind. Yeah, see, it's just me and my old lady. Born all in the 90s, but our soul came from the 80s. I know she'll get on your ass if you ever tried to play me. Got her back, she got my front, that's how it been round this bitch lately. Bro, nigga don't wanna hang with you on gelato. I mix